Like a Valkyrie warrior princess, she battles against injustice in defense of those who are indefensible. She uses her investigative powers to shed light where the sun has never shone before. And if there are no facts to be found, she'll dive into the muck and sling it until something sticks. Tonight's episode, Ooh, What Is That Smell? Are Peter Grinnell and like-minded commissioners implementing a fiendish plot to bankrupt San Mateo County Harbor District? Or do they all share in an astounding inability to comprehend pie charts? I do not know. Neither do you. But Francine does and will soon set the record straight. It's Disgrace in your face.
Good evening. I'm Francine Disgrace. Welcome to my show. Tonight I reveal the source of the god-awful stench emanating from the vicinity of the Harbor Commission. One might think the obnoxious fumes arose from the dead whale that recently washed ashore at Surfers Beach. One would be wrong. The whale only stunk. One might conclude that yet another sewage pipe had burst under the docks at the harbor. Once again, one would be wrong, but close. I have discovered that the offensive order is the inevitable stink resulting from a decade of fiscal putrefaction retained in the annals of the San Mateo County Harbor District. After endless, and I must say excruciatingly boring hours dissecting YouTube video of Harbor District meetings, my curiosity became aroused when I saw this surprisingly candid and demonstrably prescient comment from the finance director, Ms. Galarza.
30% of our spending comes out of reserves every year.
During the fiscal situation portion of Ms. Galarza's 2014-2015 budget presentation, this PowerPoint slide was shown. As you can see, it explains why the Harbor District is spending down its reserves. Reason number 1, capital projects are paid for from reserves. Reason number 2, tax revenues from RDA refunds will soon drop to zero, as may ERAF refunds. Reason number 3, the district spends 20 to 30% more than it takes in. The proposed budget for fiscal year 2014-2015 projects a $2.5 million shortfall. This figure does not account for the depreciation of district assets. In this revealing graph, which depicts both historic and future cash reserve balances, one can clearly see that even a citizen of Moss Beach could quickly detect the trend in the district's dwindling cash reserves. Yet it appears most of the Harbor District Commissioners prefer to prove their ignorance by feigning blissfulness.
The third item and last item that I wanted to bring to your attention, when I was first elected to the district some 16 years ago, competing with Naomi's 20-something years, we were in debt between $17 and $19 million to the state of California. And that was for money that was borrowed for infrastructure repairs and projects, capital projects, because the state has the money through the Department of Boating and Waterways, and they loaned it to agencies. When I got there, we had no plan to pay that money back, and the state was getting kind of antsy because a couple of the small districts were going bankrupt. We went to Sacramento, we renegotiated our loans, they worked with us, we put together a business plan, and began with Senator Quentin Kopp, who was a state senator then, began to put payments down once a year. So we started at almost $18 million, and when we make the payment this month, we'll be down to $5.7 million that we still owe the state. So we take our fiduciary responsibility with your tax dollars as seriously as you take them here in Half Moon Bay.
At the May 7th District Board meeting, Harbor Manager Peter Grinnell was without a clue that the Harbor District was even running a deficit, or how many deficits it was running.
What monies here are we going to use to offset the deficit?
Which deficit? What deficit? How much?
It seems that Mr. Grinnell wasn't paying attention when his fiscal director explained the budget deficit at a district budget workshop held on April 16, 2014.
30% of our spending comes out of reserves every year.
In the intervening 2 weeks, Harbor Manager Peter Grinnell did some math and concluded that there is a simple yet fail-safe solution which he explained to the befuddled harbor commissioners and public at the May 21st Harbor District meeting. Mr. Grinnell's most elegant solution? Unrestrict the restricted reserves and pray for more OPM.